Greetings and salutations. This video, well, first let me start again. Good morning. It's your girl Tanya with Authentically TJB. I'd like to say welcome to my channel. Thank you to my subscribers, my new subscribers, and the subscribers that don't know they're going to subscribe. Thank you. I appreciate you. And I am also very humble. But today, this video is a public service announcement. I am reaching out to the nomads. I would like to host a live Q&A with any of the nomads, not any of the nomads, but with maybe 5 nomads, or anybody can join if you're a nomad, because I have questions and you have answers. I just want to know, like, I'll have a list of questions, so I won't be wasting your time. But this is something I'd like to sit down and do. With the rising cost of housing and electricity and paying for water and cable, and then, you got to buy food and all that good stuff. And, I'm basically an empty nester. And I'm thinking about, starting the nomad life. And I just have questions. And I watch, you guys. And I know it's not easy, because I know we only see the edited version of the nomad life, but it's something I'm just curious about, because let me tell you something, if the rents keep going up the way they're going, that's where a lot of people are going to be. So it's just something I'm interested in. Not saying that it's something I'm going to do this year, next year. I still have a few more years to work, but I definitely want to start putting a plan in motion, because senior housing is just as expensive, excuse me, as living in, a regular apartment. And so, I'm just curious, because that'll be one way I know to be able to travel and to, see different places once the trajectory of all these tariffs and things hopefully will calm down in the next 4 years. When I'm ready to do the nomad, if high rent prices don't throw me out there sooner, it won't be so bad. But I just have questions, and I figured alive, if I can gear this to the nomads, and then I could become a fellow nomad, and just could have some questions answered, and get some ideals and things like that, just before I decide if I want to take the plunge. And I know one of my family members had mentioned one time before, like, maybe I think you can rent a van, a home on wheels. I'm sorry, everybody, excuse me. And just try it out for the weekend. But so I don't know. But anyway, if you're a nomad and you're interested, because at least if I could get 5 that's interested, I could set up a time, and then maybe more people will come in. But if that's something you'd be interested in doing, doing a Q&A with me live, so I could ask questions and take notes, I would greatly appreciate it. So if you would be so compelled, and again, if you would like to do this and give your girls some advice, and let me know the good, bads, the highs, the lows, that would really help. I would definitely appreciate it. And I know like, I see some, I don't see the vans too much, but I see the travel big mobile homes, that I've seen people sleep at Walmart. But I'm just wondering, like, I know one time this couple, they had security cameras where you could see, they had motion. You could see who's, lurking around your vehicle, and so I just, like I said, I have different things. Like, for instance, is that something, possible to get? how do you keep the rodents out? You know, that's another thing. How do you keep the rodents out? How does your insurance work? Like I said, there's just different questions, just to name a few of the questions, you know, that I would have. And that's really it. And you know, the basic, you know, what made you decide to do it. But I don't want to ask the questions now and then you guys will start, you know, answering in the comments, and then I can't have my Q&A. But you know, but the big one is, and I will ask this one, so if you wanted to have time to ponder on it, when you mentioned to family and friends, what was their reaction? Like, what did they say? I know I had mentioned to my older sister, this is something I want to do, and I think she looked at it as if, what would the family say, like our, you know, cousins and all that. And what I try to get to her, explain to her, it's not nothing wrong with it. That's honestly a way to travel, to see different things, but still have your home with you. I remember I was watching another guy, because I'm always researching and looking at different nomads. I don't like to say nomads, I like to say Vanlifers, but hey, it is what it is. He said that someone had told him it's just a studio on wheels. Like, he has, and that's basically what it is. Because when I think about it, I'm only really using, let's see, in my house, my bedroom, my living room, my bathroom, and my kitchen. I don't use my dining room. So, and then most of the time I'm just in one space. So that's all I need. Like, so if I'm in a van, and I want to get one on a Mercedes chassis, it's not like I'm giving up a whole lot of space, because I don't need a whole lot of space. As long as I have my criteria is I gotta have my kitchen, you know, because I do cook sometime. Definitely want my bathroom and my shower, and you know, a place to sit, and gotta have my TV. So if my van chair has to, you know, my driver chair has to suffice as my couch or whatever, that's fine. So I don't require a lot, you know, because it's really just me. Because if you left it up to me, like, it's just like, again, like having a one bedroom, but the only difference is it's a vehicle that you could park everywhere, you could drive, and you know. So my only thing is, those are my main things, like safety and how to keep the rodents out. And you know, I watch where people, you know, where different places they park and stuff. So yeah, so anyway, but leave me a comment below if you would be interested in doing a nomad Q&A. This would be for the seasoned van lifers. You know, like I said, I'll have, say 10 questions, and I'll have it written out, so I won't be fluttering and hummity hum. So yeah, again, let me know in the comments below if that is something that you would be willing to partake in. And again, thank you. And if you haven't already subscribed, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And most importantly, let me know if you'd be interested in doing a Q&A. Alrighty, until the next video, make it a wonderful day.